Oh, a lot to say about this record. I'm going to take it step by step. Number 55, making its debut on 77 Music Radio, WABC's survey the week of April 18th, 1961. The Imaginations. The song is called Good Night, Baby. This is some rare doo-wop, baby. This thing. The Imaginations. You won't believe who's in this group if you're a rock and roll aficionado. The lead singer, they're from Long Island. The lead singer, Frank Mancuso. First tenor, Bobby Bloom. Bobby Bloom was in this group. More on Bobby Bloom in just a minute. They were on the Music Maker record label, and they released the song Goodnight Baby, featuring the legendary King Curtis on saxophone. The song was not a national hit. It was big in the New York City area, though, as you could tell by WABC's playlist, and they were knocking up on that doo-wop back in the day, back in the early 60s. But the group lost momentum, because Frank Mancuso, he joined the Air Force, and guess what? The Music Maker record label they shut down. But the group persevered. They got a new lead singer. They called themselves the Ebonairs. They recorded a song, but they didn't release it. Then they changed their name. They changed their name back to the Imaginations, this time with Bobby Bloom on lead vocals. And they recorded, they put out a single. It was off the Ballad record label, but it bombed. The group broke up. But a couple of producers took an interest in the group, and they reformed. The Imaginations reformed, but they became the Expressions. And they came out with another doo-wop type song, or a song that flashed back to the doo-wop days, called On the Corner. This was in 1963, but that song bombed. And the group broke up for good. Bobby Bloom later recorded Montego Bay. The fall of 1970, he reinvented himself as a songwriter, singer in the late 60s. Montego Bay was a huge record in the fall of 1970 for Bobby Bloom, and a lot of people didn't know. The casual listener didn't know that Bobby Bloom was in this fantastic doo-wop band called the Imaginations back in the early 60s. Now, what do you think about that? Bobby Bloom would have a tragic ending, though. In 1974, there are two stories. One story had it that he committed suicide. Another story had it that was an accidental shooting. Either way, Bobby Bloom, killed himself. Or maybe by accident or on purpose, it's unknown. But let's go back to the early days. Bobby Bloom on first tenor with the Imaginations. This is Good Night Baby on Good Night Baby on WABC Swinging Sound Survey.